So today I'm going to talk about fictional characters that I've created. First of all, we're going to talk about Mix. He's a superhero character that I created to be the main protagonist of my NaNoWriMo novel in 2011. Basically, he had the power to gain various other powers and such through listening to music, which I thought was a really fun idea to play with. He was a 20-year-old music student from Aberdeen, which is the nearest city to where I live. His whole plot arc, it all came around the fact that he was basically the reincarnation of the once and future king, i.e. King Arthur, but also other ones in history like Ramesses and Perseus and various other ones. And he had to save these 8 angels from being corrupted into things that they weren't, because I can be quite religious and decided to be rather overt in that it was all religious-y stuff. So yeah. He basically was not quite a reincarnation, but he had the DNA of all these other famous people, all these other cool people from history in him, kind of a la Assassin's Creed, except not quite. So he started gaining their memories and powers. The next character I want to talk about is a role-playing character. I came up with him for a game where we were in the universe of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but in Victorian times. My character's name is Adam Travers. He's a Watcher in training, and he's been set up a team to deal with the Ripper, who is back and killing again. And as it turns out, we've got all sorts of things to do with demon possession is happening, and it's all very interesting and strange. And we've got a rogue vampire on our team who has no memory of anything, and we've got the street urchin who is getting very disturbed by our warlock managing to just go like that and light candles with his finger, and me and my character Adam Travers failing to do the same thing. But he's a very good character. I really like Adam Travers, who you may recognize the Travers name as being, if you've watched Buffy, as being the head of the head of the Watchers Council in Buffy is called Quentin Travers, so I kind of like that. He's some sort of descendant of Adam in my little head canon. The next character I want to go into is this guy who I did a drawing of. He's called Benito. I can't remember his surname, but he is from the Italian. the world that this was set in is loosely based on the real world. So there's all these different places that are based on the real world. So he was from the equivalent of Italy, and called Vedaci. He was Vedacian, and he was a member of the Benita sword school because he was a bit of a swordsman. He worked for this secret society called the Invisible College, who are seeking to find all these different magical artifacts. The magic in that realm, in that world, is very different from what you would expect. It's kind of limited to the noble families, and so the Invisible College is trying to find magical artifacts that can help them, which Benito, he managed to find some stuff. though he was a bit of a lech as well. He kept on hitting on all the women that were in the game. It's quite fun. The next character is Brandon McBride Jr. This guy. He's my Cthulhu character. For the main Cthulhu that we tend to do, and he's an engineer from Peterhead, which is the town that I went to school in. You can see what I keep coming up with. He's very good in a tough place, and he's an engineer, and he's from Peterhead, obviously. He has done a lot of stuff. He's adventured in the Antarctic, which was so fun. And then we've ended up doing other things like preventing different elder gods from escaping in North America, and fighting off this woman who ended up getting turned into a tiger a couple of times. It's kind of weird, but we've had some fun with all that. I thought I had some more of my other character sheets around, but I don't. The other character I really want to go into is Hebron Ormanson, who you may recognize the name from being the name of the policeman in the excerpt that I read out on Sunday. He is a very interesting character from what I have come up with. He's the main character of that unnamed novel, and there's so much that I want to go into without, but I can't without spoiling it. He is, he's got a very strong sense of justice and is thus very quick to anger, as might be ascertained from that excerpt I read. He tends to get his fatal flaw really is that he gets too passionate and involved with things. He gets obsessed with them. He's very intelligent, but he doesn't show it very well because he's always very, very quick and very impulsive and very rash. But I really like him because he is a policeman. He's a watchman, and as is noted, he has a red scaly armor. Which, what could that mean? But you'll find out more on Sunday when I next go into the world of that story and into the next excerpt of chapter 1. But that's all that we've got time for today, folks. Have a nice day, and I will see you tomorrow.